Good morning. It's the final day of advertising week, so let's make it count. Tweet the official hashtag with reckless abandon. Load up on ad tech swag. Photobomb 2 Chainz at the wrap-up party. But before you go wild, read this bumper version of the CMO Today newsletter. Roku raised $219 million in its initial public offering late Wednesday, valuing the maker of streaming devices and software at around $1.3 billion. Roku's IPO, which priced at the high end of its expected range, comes as shares of cable providers and entertainment companies are on pace for their worst monthly performance in nearly 2 years, The Wall Street Journal reports. Companies in the space have been disrupted by cord cutting, hurricanes leading to outages and declines in ratings for previously reliable staples like the NFL. Those issues are great talking points for Roku to pitch investors on its opportunity to capture the new generation of viewers who are increasingly choosing to watch what they want when they want. But Roku, too, is an advertising business, so it will also face comparisons with the likes of Facebook, Amazon, et al., which may be a more difficult sell. Key chart: if you're not heading over to one of the advertising week closing parties this evening, how about watching the Bears take on the Packers? It's the debut game on Amazon Prime, and marketers will be watching closely to see what the benefits are of buying an ad for a streamed football game versus linear TV. Brands advertising during tonight's game include Under Armour, Pepsi, and Gillette, according to Variety, and Amazon was reportedly looking to charge up to $2.8 million for ad packages that included 30-second spots during games, Reuters reported. The e-commerce site has been pitching marketers on its ability to connect whether people who watched an ad then went on to buy the brand's products on Amazon afterward, which is a fairly compelling attribution offering. It'll also be interesting to see, 1, how Amazon's audience compares with CBS, which is also broadcasting tonight's game, and 2, whether the escalating national anthem protests will lead viewers to switch off altogether. Hugh Hefner, the legendary founder of Playboy magazine, died Wednesday at the age of 91. As Wall Street Journal's Lucas Albert reports, Mr. Hefner revolutionized publishing and helped usher in the sexual revolution with a vision of beauty, sophisticated, and the libertine lifestyle that reflected the desires of the post-war generation. Sometimes I think we wouldn't know a true insight unless a herd of elephants probably stampeded us, said Samsung VP of Marketing Excellence Michelle Froa, speaking on a panel of marketers at Advertising Week on Wednesday, discussing the industry's elephantess in the room. Ms. Froa said the role the industry really needs to find true insights from is a chief marketing scientist. She added that Samsung itself rebranded its data and analytics department to performance marketing to reflect the way it wants to dig deeper to find insights. What kind of insights? After a tough year, remember those exploding phones? Samsung put in a big effort to connect with consumers on a deeper level. The company found out that its biggest brand loyalists were actually willing to accept some of Samsung's setbacks so long as their loyalty was recognized. That kicked off a series of engagement programs, inviting consumers to join live streams with its executives and to go to its Unpacked event. CMO Today's Ben Mullen reports, it's been more than 2 years since Starbucks launched its Race Together campaign, which sought to stimulate conversations on race between customers and employees at Starbucks by asking employees to write Race Together on cups. The campaign, launched in the wake of police shootings of black men in Ferguson, Missouri, was pilloried by some social media users who said Starbucks was trying to capitalize on racial unrest. Howard Schultz, the executive chairman of Starbucks, briefly recalled the controversy during an hour-long interview conducted by Mike CEO Chris Altchek at Advertising Week. His primary takeaway? Social media cuts both ways. One of the lessons of the execution was that the campaign was hijacked by Twitter within hours, Mr. Schultz said. 9:15 a.m. Town Hall Series, Snaps Imran Khan with HBO's Richard Plepler in conversation, PlayStation East 12:45 p.m. Trust, Safety and the Pursuit of Transparency, 4A's Centennial Stage at BB King Digital Content Next CEO Jason Kent, Trust CEO David Cole, Sarah Warner, Group Managing Partner and Digital Investment Lead, Jess Barrett, Global Head of Programmatic for the Financial Times. Shameless plug for my panel. 1:30 p.m. Radically Transparent. It's time for ad tech to get serious about transparency. 4A's Centennial Stage at BB King. Me, Obank's Chief Revenue Officer Jason Fairchild, AdRoll VP and North America Managing Director Scott Giffus, MDC Partners and Assembly CEO Martin Cass. 8:30 p.m. Nucleus.